stumped him. He stumped him. He stumped him. Nice block. Wow. Great penetration. Surge through the middle of that. Michigan State first and goal. Touchdown. Yeah. Outstanding play.
To play it, and it's going to be a rim-rocking day today, all right? So we're going to play for 40 minutes. So when you focus in, I want the focus here. Diving on loose balls got us going in the Wisconsin game. Is everyone ready to dive on the first loose ball? That's going to set the tempo. We're going to be the ones on that floor, okay? We're going to be on that floor. We're going to have our teeth on that floor.
It's Michigan State, it's Michigan, and that's all you need to know.
You throw the records out the door because both teams are going to come in here wanting this one more than any other game on the schedule, and it's huge. It's a huge one for the fans. It's a huge one for everyone around the state of Michigan.
We're underway. Michigan State controls the tip.
Bounce pass down low on the block to Bingham. Working, turnaround shot, good! Bingham Jr.! Now at halftime, Christie open for a long one. He got it! And they fouled him. This could be a 4-point trap. Top of the circle over there to Marble. Now to Hall for another three. He got it! And at the break, it's Michigan State 39, and Michigan's got 35.
Let's go! Good job, Let's go! Let's go!
After a little bit of a sloppy first start, did a hell of a job. Did a hell of a job. Joey, you bounced back. You know, you got your butt ripped and you came back tougher. You did a hell of a job. Marky, at times you were unbelievable, and Julius, and you know, you had your moments, but the day kind of goes to AJ a little bit, and
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Inside the Locker Room. I'm your co-host, Brian Musalam, along with my co-host, the Honorable Jason Strayhorn, and we got smiles all across the face.
Lots of smiles, isn't it? I wonder why. We got this new background. It's a little nice and cozy up in here, but that win right there, that W, it's always something special when you beat the school down the road, ain't it, Brian?
I tell you what, I have, been to the Breslin many a years, and it was rocking Saturday, and dominated, right? First half came out, gave up some offensive boards, played, tightened up in the second half, protected the rim, got some turnovers, or cut down on the turnovers, and the talent took over. The absolute talent took over. And as you see, we crushed that team down the road. Let's make no mistake about it. 83-67. I thought, A.J. Hogarth had a tremendous game coming out. Max Christie, who obviously has been freshman player of the week for 5 weeks in a row, was tremendous.
Let's call him player of the year. Freshman player of the year. Yeah, that's what he is.
I thought Joey Hauser, guy.
Speaking into existence.
Joey Buckets.
Hauser.
Scoring and playing D on the 7-1. Hickinson, I believe his name is.
Yeah.
And we came out with all kinds of energy, played very, very well. It's amazing when we cut down the turnovers. When we cut down the turnovers and offensive rebounds, the type of team we are. And I'm of the belief that if we're able to limit the turnovers and limit the offensive rebounds and play some defense, that we are a top 5 team. What are your feelings, Jason? Because the Breslin, I was there. It was electric.
I mean, I wasn't actually at the Breslin, but I was watching it on TV because I was out of town. But the electric coming off of my television screen in my living room was unbelievable. And I saw, as you said, all the players from Michigan State basketball who stepped up to the challenge, who listened to what Coach Tom Izzo said in his fiery pregame speech. And then at the end, it was capped off because, we love that football team. And he had a couple of dogs out on that court. Man, there you go right there. Keon Coleman. Keon with the dime.
Absolutely.
Going to the hoop. On the starters, by the way. That was the starting five for Michigan. Keon gets in, gets a bucket, making him one of the only players in college football and basketball history since Charlie Ward to score a touchdown and a hoop in a game. So, that's an incredible feat. Malik Carr obviously got in the ball game too. 2 Spartan Dogs, from the football side, playing with the Spartan Dogs on the basketball side. Love to see it.
Love to see it. I love to see the energy, the electricity from the Izzo. We haven't, it's great to see that it's back. And I saw the way that Coach felt. You could just see it in Coach Izzo's face that he was, God, the Breslin was what it was prior. It was electric. And
was that Izzo going off?
Oh, Izzo was going off. Izzo was going off. And the intensity that we were playing with, the way that we were playing. And it was just great to see breakout games from, like I said, Hogarth, Hauser, Malik Hall played fantastic. Max Christie played fantastic. I thought Marcus Bingham was diving for loose balls. Listen, when it's your rivalry game and everything gets ratcheted up.
Yeah.
Everything does. And shout out to MSU basketball and our young men for seizing the moment, right? When we play our rival, who I think you characterized it, or other Spartans characterized it as ducking us the first time.
It was me.
It wasn't me. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was.
So it's funny. We go back to the tape.
It was just,
but somehow
they just
it's
had
me
bad
now.
Luck.
But,
No. They had bad luck.
And
so, you characterize it as ducking us.
No, I didn't. I just said Juwan Howard.
Okay, whatever it is.
That's all I said.
They came into the Breslin, and the place was absolutely electric. And I want to give like we said, shout out to the Izzo and the way that they played. And, the reaction. Look at Coach Izzo. The intensity. Whenever I see Izzo, look at him, pick up Marcus Bingham Jr. and kiss him. And just that fire. When I see fire and I see electricity, that gets me pumped. It doesn't matter if it's basketball, if it's football, if it's
badminton,
women's gymnastics, field hockey, women's basketball. I love when there is emotion invested in the game, and when it's the rivalry of that school down the road where we crushed them and kicked their ass. I don't care if it's in chess. It's got to make everybody Spartan Nation happy.
Fired up in chess, man. Absolutely. Come on, man. You can't say it any better than that.
Why
you said it.
Come on, man.
You said it right. That's what I'm saying. Come on, man. You're just in for a fight. There's no fight here. You got no fight with me.
You're Randy Moss right now?
You got no fight with me. You said it perfectly.
What is that?
See, when this is it.
I
give him compliments.
There you go with the hidden messages.
And you start. I'm saying you're on message.
I can't handle
for once. You're on message.
I can't handle compliments.
No.
I can't handle success. That's not the way it works.
I'm not attacking you, Brian. We're on your side. We're here for you.
That's not how I felt last show. Now that I'm rid of COVID, I didn't feel that way the last show.
It's been a while. How are you feeling, by the way?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
My goodness.
I am blessed. Absolutely fantastic. We're not even talking about Maryland tonight because the focus is that team down the road and the dismantling, right? The dismantling of them, the way we attacked them defensively, the way we had players step up, the way Joey Bucket stepped up, my guy, Joey Hauser. So goes MSU. So goes Joey Hauser. So goes MSU basketball. And then, calm, cool, collective Max Christie. I saw Coach Izzo was, hesitant to compliment A.J. Hogarth, who I thought played phenomenal and should really build off this. You got to stack them. Stack them, right?
Yeah.
But just seeing Coach Izzo, how excited he was and the energy and bringing everybody back, together and being on the same page. And one thing that really caught me was when he said after the game, he goes, I want to get this place back to what it was.
Do we have that clip at all?
I don't think we have that clip. But when he said, I want everybody going everybody back to what it was. Everybody's going in the same direction.
Specifically, what did he say on that one, Brian?
I believe he said the president, the administration, the athletic director, everybody going in the same direction. And
football, basketball. He said everybody going in the same direction. It's what he wants to get back to. That's what he said, right?
Yeah, back to, which I thought was interesting. And I don't think he meant anybody in particular. I just think he felt that this game was a great, tremendous battle cry, right? To make sure that we're all on the same page and that we're all united, and which I think we are. I think everybody's moving in the same direction. And it was just a great, great team win.
So he just said it because he just wanted to say it. He wasn't talking about anybody specifically, but you wanted to bring it up just because he was right about something. Okay, so that's what you said.
That's exactly right.
Right, I got you.
We're not going to get into the details specific of what he really meant, but when are we going in the same direction? That's what he meant.
That's what he meant.
What else?
Okay.
What else? That's
COVID cancellation.
That's what he meant.
What's going on with that?
What are you talking about?
The COVID cancellation, man. What are you talking about? Schedule.
Oh. The schedule update.
Yes.
MSU basketball. COVID cancellation. Playing that team
Talk
down
to
the
me.
road.
Whoa.
March 1.
Yeah.
Rescheduled. March 1. 4 games in 9 days. That's what MSU is going to play. And is that fair to this program and Izzo? And we're not going to need that game. And this quote here was up by Justin Spiro, Darko State News, about Coach Izzo.
Darko.
Yeah.
Justin, I like that. We'll play anybody, any place, anytime. It doesn't matter, morning, noon, or night. And it doesn't matter who it is.
So for you Spartans who worry about...
I thought there was a TF in there. Well, go ahead.
For the Spartans that say, hey, why are we playing them again? It only helps them. This is the mentality that Coach Izzo has of his program. We will play anybody, anytime, anywhere. So if the Big Ten is going to reschedule and make this game March 1, we're playing them. As we all know, March is the month of Izzo. So it doesn't matter. Nobody in this program will duck anybody. We will play any game, anywhere, any place, on an aircraft carrier, on Mars, Neptune, Pluto. It doesn't matter. So for all you Spartans that say, hey, why are we playing them? It only helps them. That's because that's the culture, and that's the way Tom Izzo has built this program. We will play anywhere and any place. Bring them on.
Yeah, we can't complain about them ducking us and then we duck them. I mean, we got to do what we got to do. And, as you said, March is Izzo's month. And when you look at how they closed out January was phenomenal. Being able to close that with a big win over the school down the road. Now you enter February, which is that transformation month. Guys have to take that next step. And once you get through that gauntlet, that 4-week gauntlet that starts tomorrow or yesterday, whenever we air here, then you will have March. You're facing your school down the road, your built-in rivals from the East, and we'll see what happens with Michigan State then. But we know what Izzo loves to do at this time of year. The guys gel. He's hard on them. He hasn't been that hard because he hasn't had to be. There's turnover issues and minor issues that they've had to get over and overcome and being able to gel with one another. But they have been one of the better teams we've seen in recent history, might I add. What do you think?
Listen, turnovers are the key, right? If we're able to limit the turnovers, if you look at all the games in which we've controlled the defensive glass and limited turnovers, you look at the second half of the Michigan game, I believe we only had 4 turnovers and a few offensive rebounds. Mm-hmm. This is a top 5 team. There is no question about that.
Top 5.
Absolutely. They have enough talent where if you can limit the turnovers and you could protect the defensive glass, this team can go places. And I don't know if you remember, Jason, earlier in the year, you saw that smirk on Coach Izzo's face at Kansas and some of the other games when we were playing in the Classic and MSG. And you knew, you and I both looked at Coach. He's got a good team.
He does.
He's got a good team.
And he knows he has a good team.
And right now, football season now is officially over, right? You got the Super Bowl left, and it's time. College basketball this February, March, these next 2 months are college basketball season. And so this is where Izzo begins to grab and mold and shape and do the things he's got to do and yell. I got one question, though. When he's red on the sidelines, do you think he's mad?
I think he's intense. Tom Izzo's just intense,
You don't
man.
think it's mad?
I mean, he just thinks that there's certain levels of behavior that are acceptable and some that are not. So when things reach that barrier, they fall below that line, he gets fed up, let's say that. And he lets them know. There's nothing wrong with letting them know, Tommy. Come on now, Coach.
I'll tell you right now.
Ain't nothing wrong with Coach letting them know.
All Spartans love Bo Borowski, the ref.
Yeah.
They love Bo. Bo, I want you to know Spartan Nation loves you. They love when you do our games. Do a great job. As a matter of fact, I get texts all the time saying you look like me. You wish. Bo, you wish. All right? That's number one. Number two.
I think he's more diesel than you.
But no shot. No shot. Number two is please no longer schedule our games. Then that other little gentleman that is wearing my son's shirt.
Yeah.
At the Michigan. We had like Michigan State game. I forgot his name. I don't remember his name, but he was calling. I'm not going to complain about refs. We won by 16. We're good. We're good. But
be good.
We're going to be good. We're not going to make excuses. One thing this program won't do.
Never.
As chief propaganda says, we are not a puddle program. We will not make excuses. We'll play every game, and we're going to let the chips fall where they may. Absolutely. So
we're not going to review the film 3 weeks later and say that the knee
we're
was.
We're not going to review
that
film
wasn't a
3 weeks
fumble.
later.
That should have been a touchdown.
We're not going to keep talking about what happened 3 weeks ago. We're not going to talk to reporters. We're not going to send. We're not going to do all those things. We are going to accept the results. We're not going to make excuses for any one of our programs, and that's the way we're going to go. That's our culture. That's the way we're building. That's what Tom is building. I don't want to call him Tom. I'm afraid to call him Tom. Izzo's building, Coach Izzo's building, Coach Tucker's building, is that there are no excuses here, and we will play anybody, anytime, anywhere. And as Coach Izzo said that, Coach Tucker also said excuses make you soft. So we will not do that. That's not what we're going to do. So we're excited.
Yes, we are. Moving on now.
We're not talking about Maryland. We're not focused on that. On to MSU football.
Oh, boy.
The portal. What do we got?
It's on fire. Once again.
Mel lands a few people in the portal. Amir Speed.
There goes.
Jarek Broussard.
Colorado, former
Daniel Barker.
Player of the Year. Pac-12 Player of the Year. He's got that, as Lee Corso says. A little bit of that K9 action.
So you land first Amir Spade, right? Somebody from Georgia that coach has recruited, is very familiar with, started some games. Did he start the national championship game or not?
I don't think so.
No. But
he's got
obviously
length, speed, toughness, tenacity, everything that you're looking for on an edge player out there.
Closing speed, can break on the ball. And, the portal is tricky because you can't really announce or talk about who you're recruiting in the portal. And you don't really know until they enroll and come to the school. So sometimes some of that stuff is not really discussed because
they need to get that out of the deal, though. I think they need to get something where they can actually sign something and declare, just like a high school.
I agree with that.
It's crazy.
I just coach programs don't want you to know who's coming to visit you that are in the portal, and I understand that.
Because of the way the rules are right now.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that.
You're right.
And really, kudos to Corey Robinson because he knew Daniel Barker was visiting here, the tight end from Illinois, and sat on it.
I mean, those guys, they know
I'll tell you
so
right
much.
now, Justin Finn and Corey Robinson.
Unbelievable.
They're breaking news to us. They're telling us stuff. And I got to give them credit because they do their homework. They do a great job.
I mean, look at that speed. That's a tight end right there.
So, we picked up he leads. I think he's got the record for touchdowns at University of Illinois.
Yes, for tight ends.
For tight ends. And, I know that's a need that, we needed and somebody to help us. And I know the staff's really excited about Barker coming to Michigan State University. And I think that's a great pickup. I mean, I think the portal really serves its purpose. And Daniel Barker, Spartan Nation is really, really excited to have you. We cannot wait to have you. You fill an immediate need. We have great tight ends as well. So all you guys will work very well together. The existing tight ends, please don't believe that the staff has given up on you because that's not the case at all.
Oh, no. All they got to do is look at the film. Look at Georgia. Look at Georgia, what happened down there. You saw 3, sometimes 4 tight ends in the ball game at one time. Jay Johnson is he's an evolutionist. He understands how to utilize the talent that he has and make defenses cringe. So do not fear if you're a tight end in Jay Johnson's offense, because all he's going to do is find a way to get you the ball.
He gets you the ball.
That's all.
Don't worry about it. So we picked up Amir Speed, Daniel Barker, and then Jarek Broussard, an old Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year, played for coach at Colorado, and it kind of gives us a thunder and lightning combination of Broussard and Jalen Berger. And
that's a great 1-2 punch.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. 2 backs with 2 different styles. This young man here is not going to, it's a little too early to compare him to K9, but definitely has the quickness and the agility and the burst in the hole and to make the moves. And so, they're looking at Jalen Berger and Jarek Broussard as kind of a 1-2 punch. And as we all know, the way this thing is going with running backs, that you can't have enough good backs. So I think these 2 backs, along with Elijah Collins and a few others,
Timmons.
I think we'll have a good stable of backs. So we're really, really excited. Coach has done a really nice job of picking up young men in the portal. Addressing some of the needs. So,
this goes back to last year, how you had 40 new players that came to they were in camp and playing on opening day for Michigan State. He's doing something similar. It's not as heavy as it was the year before because it doesn't need to be coming off an 11-win season. And you have guys like this in the portal, and as you talked about, the tight end out of Illinois, 64 catches, 827 yards, and 11 touchdowns for a tight end record in Champaign, Illinois. It's going to be a great addition offensively for Michigan State here for this 2022 season.
So, I think the formula going forward is going to be, 20, high school young men and then 5 in the portal every year or so. That's my hunch. I could be wrong.
5 to 8.
5 to 8.
That's the thing when you look at it with NIL, the introduction of NIL, the portal, these things they're going to continue to churn players now. When Coach talks about you have to earn your right to play, and then you also have to earn your right to stay. No more are these. There's not going to be any more charity cases where guys can just kind of pass the time by and hang out for 5 years and not play it down. If you're one of those guys who aren't contributing, then you most likely have to move to a different football subdivision or move on to a different school because the pressure of win now in Power 5 football is so great. And with the portal and with the guys getting NIL deals out of high school, I'm hearing kids getting NIL deals in high school in some states. That's a whole nother level we haven't even talked about yet. That when you come in and you're not able to produce, it's like pro sports. This is really where we're going in college football and basketball. It's, hey, you can earn your living. You can, pay for whatever you need to pay for based on your value. But if you're not producing, this is no longer a situation where they're going to let you just
I'm going to break some
ride.
news right here. My son, who's in 4th grade, was offered by Rensselaer Polytech Institute.
Okay.
RPI.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're they used to be one of the top hockey programs, in
He
America.
just got offered?
He just got offered. One problem, my son doesn't play hockey.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
What are we going to do about that?
well, we're gonna figure that out. We'll figure that out. But I just wanted to break the news, get the headline, get the splash, plaster it all over Twitter. So, by the way, MSU Twitter.
Oh, man. They're getting a coaching job.
Oh, you guys are relentless.
We love MSU Twitter.
We don't love that. The coach, I mean, everybody
We
loves
do
MSU
love
Twitter.
MSU Twitter.
We love MSU Twitter without question.
I mean,
But
it's
all
a full
of
participation
MSU Twitter,
sport, full contact sport, too.
absolutely.
We like that.
Amazing. We're going to set up an event. We're working on an event with Coach Tucker and the staff. MSU Twitter deserves a spot on the staff. And we're working on creating a position.
They have a quasi spot now. I mean, they're making moves. I'm telling you. When you look at what the internet involvement was during signing day, December 15th. Interactions.
Second in the country.
Yeah.
Guys,
next
good,
Alabama.
Guys and ladies, excuse me. Not good enough. Gotta be number one.
It can't be. Right.
Might be number two.
If you're number two, that means you're the first loser.
Yeah.
That's
Gotta be
it.
number one.
As per Ricky Bobby. We got to get it up there now. I don't
Great
care what the boys
start.
down in Tuscaloosa doing it. We got to
MSU Twitter
fit it in East Lansing.
Absolutely outstanding. It is so much fun to read everything that everybody's writing, and so the program really appreciates all of the help of MSU Twitter. It's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. So
talk about that recruiting weekend that you witnessed.
Boy,
come on now. You were at the Michigan game, but it was also a big day. Look at that junior day. Look at all these guys.
Right there.
Woo! Talent.
Hosted one of the biggest weekends, I believe, in MSU history. I don't think we've ever had more 4-stars visit in one weekend. And
unbelievable.
Kudos goes to Corey Robinson, who sat on the Daniel Barker visit.
I mean, Corey Robinson
Corey and Justin
oh
Finn.
My God.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to call a spade a spade. Corey Robinson and Justin Finn, they're on top of their stuff because they'll tell you and I stuff.
Yeah,
and they'll tell us stuff that we'll go back to the coaching staff and say, "Is this right?" And these guys know before the. I
think they know before the coaches know, which is unbelievable.
I think they know before the coaches know. It's unreal. It's unreal, and it's really enjoyable hearing from those two young men and hearing from the coaches, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun, and I think one thing that the staff has done very, very well was incorporate everybody, make everybody part of the program, right? Well, if you're going to be a deep water program and not a puddle program, as the chief says,
I love that.
We need everybody to buy in. And I jumped on a call last night, or a Twitter, I don't know what they call them, session where they're talking.
I mean, you're in that. Man, hey, I'm in the metaverse. I'm trying to buy real estate in the metaverse. You're deep in that Twitter world.
I got the chief propaganda. I got Justin Finn, Corey Robinson. I got Pete James.
I can't wait till they actually have it where you can actually walk around in that world.
All them talking about what's going on.
We'll never see you ever again in real life.
I'm learning from them. And
it's like Yoda. You're gonna have like the cabal. Like it's gonna be a bunch of.
Look, if you looked at today, I think one of the Michigan players entered the portal, and if you look at all the memes and all the GIFs.
Did you say Michigan today? What are we talking about Michigan today?
That team down the road, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, but
and they all everyone was from Tucker. There's like
they don't have a coach right now.
There's like 1,327 GIFs of GIFs, whatever.
Well, they don't have a coach.
They don't have a coach?
Explain to me what like when they say if you have more than one quarterback, you have no quarterbacks. Let's
talk about
right. That's what they say. If you have more than one quarterback, you have no quarterbacks. So what do you have when you have a coach that's
about Tucker
interviewing
and Saeed Khalif storming America?
It's unbelievable what they were doing.
Let's talk about all of that. I think we have a live video footage.
There it is,
right there, courtesy of Darko State News of Tuck's personal plane. Look at that.
That's exact. How does he know what the paint looks like on that plane?
How did you get that?
That's unreal.
Wow.
He had a drone at 36,000. I mean, this guy.
I don't.
They saw the drone and they peeled off.
Oh, look at that. Tuck.
That's Tuck and Saeed. They're on there. eating peanuts and goat cheese.
I got to give you a lot of credit.
That's what they doing.
Kudos goes to Justin
They
Spiro.
don't show the peanuts and the nuts and goat cheese.
This is from the MSU football account, but Justin had live footage of them flying across the country.
Yeah, we saw that right there. I mean, Coach
they
got
have
that
taken-
swag on. I mean, he's got the Spartan glove. I mean, he's in the mountains. He's looking at players. He's evaluating film.
Moving that mountain.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Look,
Who's
there's
he
the flight
texting?
pattern.
Hold on. Courtesy of Spartan Gruff, I believe. There's the flight pattern of Coach and Saeed.
That was last week.
Yeah. Touring the country right there. That's the flight pattern.
Whoa.
That cost donors
That-
$62.4 million. We're not going
It's
to
a
get
little
into,
bit of jet fuel there.
Yeah, we're not going to get. You got to send a FOIA to get the actual cost of all that.
Well, I
But
mean, this is ridiculous. That's like, Delta doesn't do that
that
in
is
a week.
great tweet by Gruff. Is it Gruff Spartan? What is that? Great. Oh, great tweet, right? That's the exact. We can confirm that is the exact flight pattern.
I mean, there's
right
a
there.
lot out of Atlanta. I see that Georgia down there.
But I tell you, you see,
All over.
Coach Tuck brings along Saeed Khalif. All right, that's how serious this is. Takes them and they
Takes them out, brings them on the road with them.
brings them on the road with them, and they tour the country.
Saeed Khalif is the chief of staff, which is player personnel director. It's like a general manager in NFL football.
And when he gets on the road, we mean serious business. And they toured all over the country. They went from Louisiana to Texas to California to I believe the state of Washington,
They were in Florida. I'm dropping off my son to IMG, and all of a sudden here they come. I'm like, whoa, they're Saeed and Coach.
Never seen anything like it.
Never seen.
Back to Detroit, back to East Lansing, and
Next thing you know, they're out in Seattle and Washington on the other side.
Unbelievable.
Tacoma.
Unbelievable.
And they're out there offering guys, and then they offering third graders down in that Orange County. I don't know what. I mean, they're all over the place, man.
So we have word, and we can't confirm it because we haven't got official release from the university.
Yeah.
They've offered second and third graders. We'll get into that later.
Well, they have to. It's a 10-year deal that Mel's on, and he wanted to secure the talent for at least that time period.
He did.
We got
third
you should have
graders.
seen those third graders.
Yeah, we got third graders.
Absolutely.
This is 10th year.
You should have seen them.
So we're good.
Oh,
Got some horses in the third grade.
Oh,
Let me say this.
God.
We got some. But I'll tell you, when he brings Saeed on the road, who has been an outstanding recruiting player personnel director of personnel, Saeed has really made a big difference when it comes to this program. And they went out to California, and we're developing pipelines in states that we normally have never had. And you got to give credit to Coach Tuck.
Yeah.
To Saeed and
Hey, Coach Tuck went down in Madison, Wisconsin, and plucked Saeed out of Madison, who's done a phenomenal job for Wisconsin with the Badgers. He's a Georgia Tech guy. Also, it just has a lot of respect in the coaching community as far as talent evaluation and being able to get to the heart of the issue and see exactly what the needs of the current team are and being able to find exactly what the coaches want. Even when the coaches don't even know what they want. But when you talk about Coach Tucker and his brand and where they're trying to go, he is phenomenal at his craft. And Michigan State's lucky to have him.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, kudos to Tuck for identifying the talent. He knew what he was getting when he brought on Saeed onto the staff. And you got to give Coach credit because Saeed is a game changer. He's an absolute game changer.
There's no doubt about it.
There's absolutely no doubt about it. And he's really positioned this program to compete at the national level. And you got to give, obviously, Coach Tuck credit because he understands recruiting, and more recruiting.
That's what it's about.
And this is what they're doing. When
That's
they
right.
asked him how you're going to close the gap on Ohio State, he's talked about we're going to recruit, and recruiting. This is the way we're going to do it.
It takes players. He says you can't win without great players. And that's exactly what they're doing. When you look at what Michigan State looks like now when they pull up and the players come off the bus, they immediately look better already from what they did 2 years ago, even a year ago. Right now, based on the types of players, the body types, the types of athletic players and mental makeups that they are researching. It's phenomenal how down to a science the player evaluation process has gotten, and you have to have people who have done it before at a high level. Saeed Khalif is that guy. Mel Tucker is absolutely the man leading the charge in this whole thing, and we are, like I just said, I mean, we are very, very lucky to have those two at the helm of the recruiting push for Michigan State football.
You know, when you talk about brand and Mel Tucker's brand and the sideline, like don't be surprised next year that you see a bunch of celebrities on the sideline.
Oh, this white boy Rick here. We're taping the show here, Roy. I gotta go. I'll call you back, bro. You on the air?
Right, bro.
All right.
All right.
Like I said, we're gonna have celebrities on the sideline next year for the games, and it's all about the brand. It's all about, you know, making this place a place where, you know, it's cool to be here. It's cool. Like, they understand the importance of the brand, social media, you know, incorporating as many people as you can, getting to buy into the program. And how many of us on Twitter, right, when you come to football, believe we're part of the program? How many of you believe that? I do. Jason, do you?
Absolutely.
I mean, cheap propaganda. Do you?
He is a part of the program.
Huh? Matt Sheehan, do you?
They all
I just want to
believe.
know. Justin Spiro, do you? Peach James, Amanda Rose, do you guys all feel? Tara, do you guys all feel part of the program? I do. I'm just asking you. I mean, we're all, you know, we're all in.
We're all we got.
We all we got. We all we got. So, we'll on to our next subject. What a tremendous hire, huh? Coach Tucker hires defensive end pass rush specialist Coach Brandon Jordan.
Woo, man.
Wow. You talk about a power move, home run, recruits buzzing. The country is buzzing. When you look at his pedigree, you look at his resume, you look at who he's trained, who he's coached. If you were a defensive end, how in the world could you not want to come to Michigan State?
I mean, what's funny about this is because I actually saw this tweet and I saw some of his videos before I even knew we knew that he was
Hold
even
on,
in
let's play
line.
the video. You got the video, Alex? Play the video real quick.
The footwork drills, man. Like, he's flipping the hips. He's getting these guys to flip the hips. I mean, you see that level of athlete getting better and better. He went from high school all the way up to pros here.
You know, there's a difference between doing drills and coaching. And when you talk to some of these players that we reached out to, they felt that the coaching here translated to the field. And obviously his pedigree speaks for itself when you look at his resume and who he's trained.
So the JD, Jadeveon Clowney.
I'm telling you, this is a power move. This is a move here when you bring on somebody of the likes of Brandon Jordan.
Well,
it's got the whole recruiting world buzzing.
You know why? You know why he's such a great drill coach for defensive ends? It's because he is a former offensive lineman. He knows what we're thinking. He knows what an offensive lineman is thinking. He understands the footwork. It's hard for defensive guy. It's hard for guys that play, you know, linebacker or defensive end to teach a defensive end exactly what that guy who's going against him is doing. Well, that's what makes Brandon Jordan different, man, like really different. He's an offensive lineman by trade, but has gotten into teaching defensive linemen at a high level. As you've seen guys like Jadeveon Clowney, look at this. Max Crosby, Raiders. I mean, that's a captain, Max Crosby, for the Raiders. I mean, he's
a player.
Yeah,
boy.
hell of a player.
He can rush the
Captain,
passer.
Eastern Michigan. I mean, that guy's. I mean, he's going to break the bank when his contract's up.
Oh.
I mean, you got very, very, very high level athletes. Look at that, Jadeveon Clowney, number 1 pick overall, right there. Tuitt, Stephen Tuitt, Notre Dame first rounder. I mean, there's just it goes on and on and on with the guys that he has been able to coach, and he's still going to be able to coach, which is, I think, the most critical part of this hire. Thinking outside of the box. That yes, he's good at what he does. Yes, he's going to create buzz in the recruiting world and have a lot of young players around the country saying, "Oh man, he coached this guy, he coached that guy." But we're not going to talk about the past tense because he's still coaching those guys. Michigan State has been able, like, kudos to Mel Tucker and Alan Haller, athletic director, for being able to structure a deal where he's still going to be able to bring that same talent to East Lansing to train them in the summertime. Now think about that. All those all-pros that you just saw, those high-level NFL guys, first-round draft picks, are still going to train with Coach Jordan in East Lansing.
Think about that for recruiting.
Yeah.
If you have it's February, end of January, you walk in and you see Coach Jordan training 8 to 10 NFL players, right, getting you to the next level. You know, how does that bode for recruiting? I mean, it sends a tremendous. It's a power move. There's no question. He's a tremendous coach, has a tremendous reputation. But if you're a defensive end and you're looking to rush the passer and get to the next level, how better than to be coached by Brandon Jordan?
I mean, you could just ask anybody. Like, you know, there's one thing reading about a person. There's another thing watching a person on YouTube or Twitter. It's a whole other level when you talk about sitting with that person and watch and able to touch them and say, hey, what would you do in this situation, and be physically next to them. You can't help but have whatever that person is giving you rub off on you when you're in physical communion with them. And that is what is going to happen in East Lansing now because of the hiring of Coach Brandon Jordan. He's going to bring top-level talent here. And as we all know, high-level talent likes high-level talent. That's what it is. Mediocre people and high-level talent, they don't mix. So you'll see real quick that the players that are coming to Michigan State and wanting to continue to rise will blow out anything our wildest imaginations could ever dream of in the past, Brian. And I mean, how could you not be excited for that?
Oh, no, we're really excited.
There he is right there.
Right there.
Big fella.
SD4L. That's
Spartan Dog for life.
There it is right there. That's the brand. That's going to be the future brand right there. And we're really excited, and shows you how big he is. Big coach, yeah, a former offensive lineman.
O-line.
And you couple him and, you know, Coach Ron Burton leaving, our D-line coach, who was, done a tremendous job over the years, very thankful for his service and very lucky to have Coach Burton. So now we have
Absolutely.
a defensive line coach that we need to hire, which we cannot confirm who the hire is. We don't know yet. There are some reports from, I believe, Corey or Justin Thin that it's Marco Coleman, but we cannot. Georgia Tech guy. Yep, but we cannot confirm that yet. So we'll wait. We're gonna wait. But I'm gonna tell you what. You're gonna have when you look at all these NFL guys, former NFL guys in the coaching room, coaching these young men, sends a tremendous message to recruits. So I'll tell you what, we're excited. On to the next topic. Harbs.
Come on.
Harbaugh.
Come on now.
Harbaugh. Coach Jim Harbaugh to interview with the Vikings on National Signing Day.
Unfreaking believable. I'm going to say it like that.
I don't think that's ever happened in the history of college football where a head coach of a program such as the University of that school down the road has their coaches interviewing on signing day. Not only that, according to Tom Pelissero, that he told the staff to take the upcoming week off starting Wednesday, and he's going to be interviewing for this job. And according to Tom, he's being told by multiple sources that Harbaugh returning to the NFL has been made very clear, and that Wednesday's interview isn't merely another step in the feeling out process. He is pursuing the opportunity hard and should be expected under those circumstances.
Yeah. So look, man.
Man,
You got to call a spade a spade. Let me tell you something. In a situation like that, how can you not say that the relationship is completely fractured between?
Come on, man.
Jim Harbaugh and the University of Michigan. Let's be come on now. I know that I keep hearing he's not serious. It's not serious. Come on, man. It's never ever been done in the history of college football.
Exactly.
Never.
When is the last time a coach
openly interviewed
on National Signing Day? Are you kidding? Are you joking? Is this a joke? Does he not want out of AA or what? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
It's called a stick in the eye, man.
I tweeted on Monday, if Mel Tucker did the same thing, he would have been absolutely torched by the media. Without question.
There's no doubt.
When they were asking him questions about LSU job, and he would say, I'm focused on my job, there was a half dozen articles written about how he didn't.
People don't believe about the blue wall. They don't believe the blue wall exists. Look at this. Look at this. Literally interviewing on signing day.
This isn't blue wall. This is malfeasance. This is malfeasance. This sends a. What kind of message does this send to recruits, to the fan base down the road? You're interviewing for an NFL job on signing day. You tell me what
are we missing?
What are we missing?
What are we missing here? Like, how are we misconstruing this? How is this being overplayed or overblown by the Michigan State media? Like, how?
The guy's interviewing on signing day. You tell me what reeks more of, I want the hell out of here. Tell me.
I mean, the guy may be trying to play for some more money, but that's nuts.
I've been around. I mean, we've been around. You and I've been around this for a long time.
It hasn't.
I have never seen a coach of a Power 5 program, especially one that's held in such high regard, interviewing for an NFL job on National Signing Day.
Literally on the day.
Yeah, it's a blurb.
On page 19.
Page 19. Mel Tucker wouldn't address questions about the LSU job, saying he's focused on his current job. And there were probably 6 articles written about how he didn't shoot him down and the distraction and all this stuff. Where are you, media? ESPN.
Where are you guys?
Where are you?
Hello? Hello?
This is absolutely crazy. It's asinine. Anyway, it is what it is. And I guess over here we're going to keep chopping. That's what we're going to keep doing. But I'm anxious to see what happens at Minnesota. Sources that are higher up than Coach over there in Ann Arbor tell me that it's not serious. And then
I just can't believe that.
I mean,
I can't believe it. I know they said that. I just can't believe that.
No. I was told this yesterday.
I know this.
That they're sick of this, that all the assistants have agreed to stay, and that if he leaves, Josh Gaddis will take over. This is what I was told by higher ups over there.
There's some juice.
People much higher than Harbaugh.
Well,
is that real? Not real? This is what I was told.
That's different,
This is what I was told. But I can't believe that he's going to interview on National Signing Day. I can't believe that it's hard for me to fathom that that's not real. So I guess time will tell. Either way, It's not a good look.
I know. Either way,
the
there's only
family-
one question. We got wheels up in a minute, and who's sneaking? But we got to get on. Keep moving.
Either way,
here.
that the family looks fractured. But the good news is, Spartan Nation, it's not our family. That's the good news. Anyway,
it's not our family.
Shout out to AI. I think it's AI Two Wheels. AI Two Wheels gave helped Chris Bogle.
Yeah,
yeah,
little NIL, little action.
Get a little NIL deal. Shout out to AI Two Wheels. Thank you so much for
Look
helping
at
our
that.
young men. Really appreciate you.
Hey, I'm going to holler at Chris, man. I need to borrow that ride.
Yeah.
We can trade for a day or two.
sure
a weekend. Just a weekend.
Just a weekend.
You know.
Shout out to
That's some Boss Hog stuff right there.
Yep. I think it's Jay Feldman. Shout out to him for helping out.
Jay Feldman.
Yep, helping out our former players. Thank you very much.
He's the man.
NIL deals. We're good there. And
hey, hats off to Matt Stafford. Congratulations for a Super Bowl bid. I mean, it's almost when they say this is similar to Michigan to Detroit making it, right? You got Matt Stafford.
It ain't similar. No. If anything, it exposes Detroit. But
his first year?
Are we happy for Stafford? Yeah, sure.
Of
Why
course,
not?
you gotta
Why
be
not?
happy.
Good for him.
It's a good dude.
Good for you, Matt. We wish you all the best of luck. We might take the 4.
I don't know what you
I'm
take
taking Joey
the 4.
Burrow. Tough to bet against.
Ooh.
Although I don't bet at all. But,
Ooh, man.
But are we happy for you, Matt? Yes, we are.
I'm happy for both.
Wish you the best of luck.
But
All the
Matt's
love.
got to bring that one home. I'm sorry,
The
man.
Moxie Joe Burrow.
And we
has
got a Spartan on. We got a couple. We got 3 Spartans
We
playing,
do.
but one starting.
Joe Bacci.
Joe Bacci is a player for the
Brian
Bengals.
Allen starting at center.
Starting. You gotta love them centers.
You
gotta love them
So-
centers.
Good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I am Brian Musalam along with my co-host Drayson Strayhorn.
Drayson.
Drayson Strayhorn.
No, that's Jason
Yes.
for those
That's what we're going to
watching.
call him. We're going to call him Drayson.
All right,
But,
and
you're
Imad Musalam.
You're watching Inside the Locker Room. Thank you. Good night. God bless and go green.
He stumped him. He stumped him. He stumped him. Nice block. Wow. Great penetration. Surge through the middle of that. Michigan State first and goal. Touchdown.